hindi pwedeng lutuin. Kaya mas convenient, no, yung canned goods, no, na hindi na kailangang lutuin pa. O kaya cup noodle, mainit lang na tubig. But again, maybe it can be revisited. Plus, if I may also add, in some instances, which the local governments have been able to do, they do early harvest of their produce prior to the incoming typhoon. I do that when I was in the private sector, and we still have that farm now. Pagka parating na yung bagyo, bago pa man, inaani na namin yung kamatis, inaani na namin yung mga talong, mga kalabasa, dahil pag tinamaan direkta ng bagyo, mauubos lahat yun, mabubugbog, masisira. So ginagawa ng LGU, ng ilang mga LGU yun, tinutulungan nila yung kanilang mga magsasaka. But at the same time, naghahanda naman at nagpipreposition yung mga ibang LGU para sa relief assistance in anticipation of the typhoon and the evacuation centers. So baka pwede rin pag-aralan, you don't have to answer this now, but maybe just for the record, pag-aralan ang isang programa na pagpasok ng DSWD, pwedeng pugunan yung early harvest ng ating mga farmers, again, under the Sagip Saka Law, and the requirements sa lokal na magkakaroon ng requirements for food packs because of evacuation protocols, Mr. President.
Mr. President, currently, for logistical purposes, it's really the easiest to pack canned goods, no?
Yes.
Kasi naka-pre-pack na yan. Marami dyan naka-warehouse na, naka-pre-pack yung iba, depende na lang yung siguro mga last-minute adjustments. But then, they are able to shift to community-based kitchens and also mobile kitchens, yes, if there is a prolonged stay. So, and they're happy to do that. They're more than happy to do that. I believe everything that His Honor said is well taken by DSWD, and they'll work on it. I just want to share my own experience during the pandemic. I insisted that the relief pack that comes from my office are what do you call this? Perishables.
Sure.
So gulay, and this was the time that hindi pa maayos yung, di ba, after a few months, there was this more better orchestrated trucks that would come down, but I was trying to do it even before that, because knowing that the pandemic would not go away, that the people's isolation wouldn't go away anytime soon, I was really concerned that the kids would be eating just canned goods and cup of noodles. So, yun. Tapos, kaya palang gawin pag ginustong gawin. Pero I totally appreciate the issue that you face when it's a quick response. Yung 24 hours baka naman hindi kaya. Yeah. Pero in time, baka yung 3 days, 4 days, makakayanan na yung using the what do you call it, early harvest, yes, from the other areas. So yes, I think we're all on the same page, Mr. President, and we look forward to see how we can further support these initiatives. Not only does it help the community that they're eating healthier, but it's also helping the farmers.
Thank you, Madam Sponsor. Again, just to place this on record, maybe the department can do a inventory, no, of capacitated LGUs that can actually synergize efforts with the DSWD in selected areas. Because what we did, meaning an inventory of which LGUs have farmers communities and fisher folk communities that are capacitated and can provide the supply, and which LGUs that are not food sufficient may need or because of the calamity, will need the necessary support for calamity relief provisions. Because what we did actually, itong huli, was it Krising? Krising ba? Typhoon Krising? Itong first quarter, third quarter, July, we bought the the LGU of Quezon City had about 15 soup kitchens, I mean hot meals kitchens, nung binaha. No? So may mga evacuation centers, they were cooking meals, and then binili yung gulay from early harvests sa Talavera, Nueva Ecija. So we had made the arrangement, dinala yung sitaw, kalabasa, talong, kamatis, sibuyas, etc. sa Quezon City. At yun ang ginamit dun sa mga soup kitchens nila. And they had about 15. So very efficient yung LGU ng Talavera dahil supportive sila sa kanilang farmers for early harvest, and efficient din ng Quezon City. So something like that, hopefully, can be incorporated in the calamity relief quick response programs of the DSWD.
Yes, Mr. President. We're happy to hear that it's that illustration of how this can be done in Quezon City. DSWD also tells us that under the Enhanced Partnership Against Hunger and Poverty, 641 million worth of contracts have been finalized, wherein they partner with different NGAs and LGUs and then link with the community-based organizations.
Yes.
So, yun, worth 641 million. So, siguro yung pangarap natin dito maging 6 billion.
Yes. And, well, I will bring this matter up also, perhaps an interagency. Well, there is actually a steering committee, of which I think the DSWD is part of, sa Sagip-Saka floor price, no? Maybe that could be the vehicle within which the DA can coordinate with the DSWD in terms of scaling up itong mga programang ito. Dahil napakahalaga, maybe on the part of the DA, we will ask what is the what do you call it? Yeah, the stories on the ground, the successful stories on the ground. Meaning with 641 million worth of purchases, how did this directly benefit the farmers, fisherfolk, and the local communities? Because truly, if you really want to address development, livelihood development in the rural areas and prevent this migration to either abroad to look for jobs or here in the urban centers, is provide incomes, better incomes for your rural population, whose primary sources of livelihood would either be fishing or farming, on top of farm incomes. But still, can you imagine if this becomes 6 billion, as the good sponsor earlier manifested? You will have a game-changing situation in many of the rural communities throughout the country. So could we have a submission of the 641? Because I will pursue that. We will identify these farming communities, these agriculture co-ops, etc. Again, I will place this on record. During the COVID, in fact, the good sponsor mentioned it, and napilitan tayong lahat na mag-adjust dun sa mga lockdowns. And sabi nga nila, necessity is the mother of invention. No? And ito ang nangyari sa Camarines Sur Multipurpose Cooperative year on year. Dahil napuwersa, dahil naghahanap ng source ng pagkain, dahil may lockdowns, bawal lumabas, hindi makapunta ng palengke, 13 local governments in Camarines Sur purchased rice directly from the Camarines Sur Multipurpose Cooperative. And because there was no public bidding, at that time the law was not yet being implemented, even if it was already a law because na wala pa yung mga IRR. Pero dahil nag-emergency situation, from 2019, ang benta ng Camarines Sur Multipurpose Cooperative ng agri-products was 7 million. But by 2020, nung bumili ang 13 LGU ng bigas, 62 million ang kanilang revenue from agriculture product sales. So it was a nine-fold increase, you know, and that nine-fold increase created enough funding for the cooperative. So na 10 taong nakapila yung isang mag-asawang membro ng kooperatiba para makautang, para magkaroon sila ng sari-sari store. Finally, nakapagpautang, nagkaroon ng sari-sari store. Ganun ang gusto rin nating ma-document dito sa 641 million na ito. How has this changed lives? And it will also encourage farming communities to participate in this process, join cooperatives, and the like. So, maraming salamat doon sa information na yun. Uulitin ko lang the breakdown of previous year supplemental feeding programs, how much food items were purchased and from whom. Because I remember the list that was submitted to us many years ago, 2021, 95% of the purchases of chicken, fish, gulay, bigas were from traders rather than farming co-ops. Again, that was 4 years ago, 3 years ago. So, bago na ang sitwasyon ngayon, the hurdles for the implementation of the law have somehow been overcome. Full implementation moving forward, we hope to be able to see more purchases directly sa ating farmers and fisherfolk organizations. So if we can get some submissions, the submissions from previous years' purchases, and then so that we can review it. Yun na lamang po.
I'll just add for his
Yes.
honors information. 92 out of 100 out of 1,497 LGUs procured the required commodities from local farmers. So there's a lot of room for 1,000 plus LGUs to join the bandwagon and procure for the local farmers. So, kasi 92 pa lang naman. But nevertheless, that already amounts to 262,883,000 pesos.
Which goes back to the local economy.
Yes.
And when it goes back to the local economy, then gaganda ang benta ng mga sari-sari store, gaganda ang benta ng mga palengke sa lokal, gaganda ang benta ng transport, mga tricycle, dahil may panggastos na ang ating mga magsasaka, mga isda. So talagang maganda ang impact sa ekonomiya. A few more questions. The food stamp program, 1.8 billion, how is this implemented? Is this likewise a possible source of direct purchases for farmers and fisherfolk?
Mr. President, the food stamp program is known as Walang Gutom, and it aims to target 300,000 beneficiaries. So they have what happens is it's a monetary based assistance in the form of electronic benefit transfer card that is loaded with food credits amounting to 3,000 pesos to purchase a select list of food commodities from partner merchant stores. So the top 5 purchase commodities are rice, 24,000 tons of rice, 1,000 tons of chicken, 162 tons of pork, and 212 tons of dried fish. There's also eggs, but I don't have the amount for the eggs. And the retailers are women-led businesses, retail partners of farmers and fisher folks, micro enterprises, small enterprises, medium enterprises, and large enterprises.
So likewise in this program, there could be direct purchases sa farmers and fisherfolk organizations.
Okay.
So likewise in this,
Yes.
pwede rin ma-implementa yung direct purchases without having to go through the cumbersome bidding processes. Na alam natin, pagka nag-field trips na yung mga farmers at fisherfolk, disqualified na kaagad dahil walang team, walang ganito, walang ganyan. And the GPPD resolution actually took effect November 11 after publication. So just 2 weeks ago. after 3 years. Sabi ko nga, kaya ako tumakbo ulit